My name is Sarah Fletcher, and I'm going to talk about my amazing trip to Italy with one of my best friends. I am a third year nursing student, and I went with IVHQ to Naples, Italy for my HHS 350 requirement. I had the best time on this trip, and I can't believe I'm so amazingly lucky that I actually get class credit for it. I learned so many important lessons from my trip, but one of the most important ones was to just go with the flow because Italians do not take time as seriously or as strictly as I do. There were actually a couple times where I thought we were running a little bit late for things, but no one said anything and it apparently did not matter. My friend and I actually lost our bags upon arrival, but we went with the flow and we ended up self-medicating with some very delicious gelato. The other important lesson I learned on this trip was just to really immerse yourself in the local culture. So my friend and I did that by eating fresh local food, such as the most delicious pizza and pasta I've ever had, and drinking espresso and cappuccinos, and even the local beer, I think was really important for us to experience. We also immersed ourselves in the culture by taking the local transit systems and figuring out how to ask for tickets. So that was our view from the bus, and it was just really an amazing experience. So the last lesson I'm going to talk about in this video is that I learned to try new things because when you're in a new place, it's just so important to really try everything. So my friend and I hiked to the top of this gorgeous castle, which had a really incredible view. And it was so great. And then we took a ferry to Ischia, which is a small island off the coast of Italy. And while we were there, we went in these great hot springs and saw another castle. And then we went in this crowded underground tunnel thing that used to be an aqueduct and really tested our claustrophobia by going through these small tunnels with candles. And then we went to Pompeii with some girls we had met while we were in Italy, and it was just incredible to see all the history there and everything about it. It was a really great experience to try new things. By far, the most impactful experience was volunteering with these refugees from West Africa, mostly from Guinea. So what we did in our volunteer time is we taught them English, and as you can see, it wasn't really a formal classroom setting. They were just so eager to learn, and they told us their incredibly sad stories, and they were just the nicest people, and they had so much motivation and so much going on with them that they were worried about. It was just a really, really incredible experience to feel like you were helping in something that was so much bigger than we were ourselves. So these boys left mostly from Guinea, as I said before, because of Boko Haram, which is a division of ISIS, as far as I understand it, and they were all minors, so they were all basically 17-year-old boys who had been through hell to get there, and I was lucky enough to get to learn from them and spend time with them, and it was just so amazing. There's just so much I have to say about both these boys and my experience with them. The boys were strong and courageous, and motivated, and the experience was humbling, it was educating, and it was so fulfilling. It was just, I feel truly blessed to have been able to meet these boys and interact with them and learn from them. And can't believe I got to write it off as something that I was teaching them, because it was really the other way around. So now I'm going to talk about Italy, the amazing country that I got to study in. So Italy is slightly larger than the state of Arizona and has a population of over 60 million people. 1/5 of Italy's population is over the age of 65, so they need more health care since a lot of their population is older. Um, Smoking is very common in Italy, which I found very surprising because you don't see as much of it, especially in California, but really in the United States in general. And then, so Italy's main source of income is tourism, and they have more masterpieces per square mile than any other country, which makes sense why all the tourists are going there because of all the beautiful art. And so Italy does have a national health plan. They view healthcare as more of a right, and unlike the United States, which view it as more of a add-on or privilege. It has the highest taxes in all of Europe, so that's really interesting. The drinking age in Italy is 18, and the voting age is 18 for the House and 25 for the Senate. The United States of America and Italy have a lot of things in common, but we also have a lot of differences. So, some things we have in common are that we are both first world countries, and we are both Republican style governments, and we both have an aging population. Some things that are different are that Italy is split into about 20 regions, and the United States of America is split into 50 states. Italy, as I said before, is about the size of Arizona, a little bit bigger, and the United States is many times bigger than Arizona. Italy has health care for every citizen, and the USA does not provide that service for their citizens. And a lot of people smoke in Italy. Smoking is still very common there. And in the United States of America, it's much less common. So I guess it's a good thing that they have all the health care that they do have, even though that is beneficial to everyone, whether or not you smoke. In conclusion, I would just really like to say again how amazing and impactful this trip was for me. It was so great to experience the Italian culture and to eat their really delicious food and just to see all the art and all the history that is in Italy. It's really, you'll just be walking down a completely normal street and like turn a corner and there's the Colosseum, and it's just so amazing. Gave me a chance to interact with people that I probably wouldn't have at home and to just meet new people, which is amazing. I would really like to recommend IVHQ and Italy specifically for anyone else who has to travel abroad. It was really great. I convinced myself I didn't have time for a whole semester, and so it was really awesome that IVHQ could work with my schedule, and then Italy is just one of the best places to go, I'm convinced, and I just had a great time with my volunteer experience, and Really, I'd like to thank the College of Health and Human Services for requiring that we study abroad, because I don't think I could have convinced my mom to pay for it otherwise. And there's no need to be scared of going abroad. It's really amazing, and oh my gosh, I just really do recommend it to everyone. It is such a great experience and so cool.